Hello, everybody. Welcome and thank y'all for joining us here today for a lovely match between Team India and a lovely Chinese team by the name of Boundary Breakers. It should be a very fun time here today and a lot of fun for me as well as I'll be riding solo for today's occasion. But don't worry, I've got William Mundy and Mac helping out with the production so I can fully focus in on this game and it should be a really fantastic time here today. I mean, kind of talking about who we have coming in here today. Obviously, it's worth talking about Team India, what they are going to be able to accomplish because we go back all the way to those conference cups, watching all these amazing teams play. And hey, guess what? The bright side for Team India. They go into there and they end up doing a pretty good job. They go 4-1. They qualify to move on to the qualifiers happening in just a few weeks here at the end of the month. So it should be fantastic to see them all there and see what they can do now that we have a lot more of the teams made up. Now that the EMEA Conference Cups are done as well. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for it, but of course we are focused on everything here today with this show match. And just for context speaking, no, this is not Team China. This is simply a Chinese team going up against Team India today. And to be fair, I'm definitely really excited about this as well because one thing that we've seen a lot of, it's like, hey, these are like the 7 players that are, playing for this team's country. Everyone else, we don't really see too much of. But some countries have been showing off more than just the 7 players that they've chosen. And a Chinese team going up against Team India, it makes for a very, very fun occasion. So we'll see how this goes down as we're just getting ready to make sure all the lineups are correct, get our map started. But it should be a lot of fun here today as, of course, starting out over on Control, looking like Li Zhang Tower is going to get us started here today. So, like I said, and I'm going to say a lot of times, I'm excited for this. It'll be my first time being able to cast Team India. I remember watching them in a show match of, I believe it was just a few weeks back, if I'm not mistaken, before they had like fully announced the roster going to things. It made some adjustments after the Conference Cup, and it's kind of worth talking about how the roster has changed because they announced it the other day that it was just slightly different than the one we had within the Conference Cups. And like I said, it's worth talking about to a pretty good degree because someone who's in right now, X10, is currently going to be on this team. And for those unaware of what X10 has done in the past, I've seen a lot of X10 over the course of the last year and change, and you definitely have as well because, hey, they've been competing in OWCS over in NA as well. Been on teams like Lunex, Team Sakura, has been really impressive over the last little while that I've been able to see them play. So it should be very exciting as they'll be in the starting lineup as well. But we'll talk more about these teams, these players, after our first map because we're getting ready to get into this thing. It's going to be Li Zhang Tower starting things off here today. And more importantly, in terms of where we're going to start out-wise, it's looking like it's going to be Night Market. So definitely excited for this. We're going to see what should be a clashing of styles in my own mind right here. China does tend to have their own style they lean towards with things like the dive. But when it comes to Team India, I'm curious what they're going to pull out. Because when you have someone like Captain Prash and Abziz, there's a very high chance you get something akin to like Kiri Lucio, Bap Lucio. But one thing that's been very popular that we're seeing out the gate, potentially going to be the Cat Bastion. There's a lot of things you can call the Cat Bastion. You can call it the Castion. You can call it the attack helicopter, the AC-130. But I think we are affectionately referring it to as the Castion, and it just rolls off the tongue right here. So we'll see how Boundary Breakers is going to be able to take care of things here as we're ready to get this show match started between Boundary Breakers and Team India. Out the gate, you still see the Castion. He's going to be on big display here. It'll be interesting to see what comes out right here. The Hazard has been making a lot of appearances for a lot of teams as well. Really smart of Boundary Breakers to immediately put themselves over on the point and make sure that X10 and Captain Press are going to have to go around, take different angles here in a moment just to make sure you deliver as much pressure as humanly possible right here. But you see this hit up onto the back lane, forcing everybody to maneuver, get inside a little bit. X10 hoping to drill away, find somebody, but already losing out in Vin's mech off the side. And now, unfortunately, it's down to just be the cat in the bastion. Abs hanging right in the back as Boundary Breakers will be able to take this first fight away. And it's an impressive thing as well because it's really easy to get burnt away by that bastion when it's being carried around. So difficult to hit, but a lot of it's going to be on people like Young Ghost to be in the correct positioning and not put themselves in a scenario where they can be caught up by a bastion so easily right now. But you see this aggression over on the point right now. X10's kind of alone, getting plenty of shots onto them right now, and the team unfortunately just not there to follow up as Young Ghost able to get one. Punisher though has cleaned up quite a couple at this point as Vind is going to get demeched and unfortunately going to have to take the long way out. Wow, like out the gate, this is already like Boundary Breakers keeping aggression. The moment they feel like they can get anybody, they don't hesitate. They jump on that immediately, which when you have something like the Tracer, like the Hazard, like the Lucio, this entire team, if someone's out of position, they will be caught out. That's why Abs has to stay so far away from everything right now. But Deadeye being thrown out over on this side right now, not getting a whole lot there, but Charmander down, and unfortunately Boundary Breakers now take the aggression too far and will get punished for it as just Neon Ghost hanging around on the point. It takes the reset. It's the right thing to do as the point will be able to cap in over at 67%. And now ultimates are going to be pretty galore for this fight, especially for Team India right now. They're going to have all 5, and it's just Violet. No, not that Violet, but a Violet with a Kitsune Rush ready to go. And it's got to be impactful right here. At the very least, it's got to force a lot of ultimates away here from Team India. And already has gotten rid of one right here with that nano that it's just kind of forced everybody into the room a little bit, but eventually you see them cut off. Downpour come through. It's going to catch on to, I think, just one within Finn. He's going to hit the bomb just to be able to kind of maintain that mech, try to keep this fight going, but the rest of the team is being separated away. X10 lets a rip just to try to get some of that overhealth back, but not going to work out for them as the full wipe should be coming through here shortly with Vind having to survive because they're the only retouch at this point. Away 95% is back on the board. Vind should be able to get the touch. We do see Sashi in the background as well, able to get the initial touch right now. Punisher wants to deliver some level of pressure, and Catcher Price has to be looking for that proper target to pull off the side right here. But the problem is there's no one that's perfect for it. And now here we go, letting loose, trying to find somebody and get some separation. Eventually it does come through with Catcher Price going to miss out on the catnap right there. And now it's a pure 4v4 as Punisher the only one anywhere close to the ultimate right now, and it needs to find somebody, and it needs to find somebody now if you want to have any chance of pulling this one back around. But eventually you see pushing back over on the point is Vind, starting to run out of resources a little bit, being hit by both sides right here at the point, slowly forcing the cap over right now as Punisher forcing out, throwing out the pulse bomb, not going to stick over, but it still will deliver some good old damage to Abs right now, who is struggling to stay on here. But at the very least, Team India is going to force the point over. It looks like eventually they can win out this fight. Oh my god. And now you get the full team light coming through, and now this is finally a level of momentum online for Team India. Now they're back to having a lot of ultimates online. Yes, Boundary Breakers has a lot in their own right, so they do have to play this very, very carefully going into this one right now, especially when you're going to be dealing with a nano on the back in here pretty soon, and Punisher again is going to deliver pressure. But you see this runaway immediately, and unfortunately, while the Kiri's there to help out, it's going to do nothing but delay the inevitable a bit. But while you are going to win this fight, Vind is securely out of the mech, so if you can regroup quick enough, you should be able to go take a 5v4 at least for a few seconds. So we'll have to see what that ends up going in their favor with. But at least as things are standing for now, you see Catcher Crash getting folded in the corner, so close to going down, but unfortunately hasn't fallen quite yet. I know Neon Ghost is thinking about hitting that Deadeye, causing a lot of damage right here, but eventually you see Neon Ghost taking out the backline, just pressure over on the point, and now we are in final fight territory. I mean, X10 is going to have a lot of overhealth with that artillery strike. You have both bombs available as well. With Punisher gone, you don't have a super reliable touch. It's going to be the D.Va that's going to have to force their way on soon. But the bright side is double swirl ultimates are going to be available as X10 back into the sky, as unfortunately they will get the touch at the very last second, so they're hanging in there, but now they have to use everything to force them all away, and it's looking like everyone is potentially going to be enough right here. Vin has a bomb, would love to remech in there, and in fact is going to somehow hit the remech, but again, everyone, I think this may just be a delay of the inevitable right now. There's X10 and Santi trying to make their way back as fast as humanly possible. Crash runs around the corner, but Boundary Breakers will take the first round away, and if this is a sign of things to come, we could be here for a long time, ladies and gentlemen.
Ready for battle.
Could take a look at the stats really quick. And
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Think I'm alive, yeah. Alright, we're back. Okay, that was a lot of fun, everybody. That's a really unfortunate situation, but hey, we're back in it. We're here, good to go. Things tied up right now, but it's a pretty heavy lead right now for Team India, which is not completely unexpected. Bouncing their way back in this one on Control Center, so we'll see how things go from here. As things are right now, can't really afford to lose another fight if you are boundary breakers. And see XN over on the side, they're ready to go on this one, but Sashi down already. It's a rough situation right out of the gate right here. They're going to try to put pressure over on the point, maybe cause an early flip right here. They'll get the flip, so that's progress lost right here for the boundary breakers as X10 and Cataprash are just going to hang around and just bide their time and just keep causing chaos. I mean, that's what you want to do in this situation, pretty much every single situation. But Finn going to hit the bomb to try to regroup really quickly in this 5v5 as XN going to go in, but it's going to get punished. Has to hit the artillery strike just to stay alive in there right now as you're going to hit the back line. Going to slowly go after Abs right here, but now you separate yourself from everybody else as well. We'll see if they can take advantage of this fact. Unfortunately, doesn't look like Team India is going to be able to do that. So eventually, going to go their way as, yeah, with 60% still on the board, this next fight realistically should mean everything. 70% left right now. Deadeye here ready to go. Double Spread opens online for Team India, but the problem is right now as they're going to go back in and put the Nano over onto X10, trying to burn through bodies, and they are doing a great job of it right there. Already gotten rid of two, and unfortunately, just Amalgam and Tracer hanging around point. This should eventually be done, and Dustin right there. Maybe one more touch coming through from Punisher right now, who's hanging about. Does get the last second touch, but is there another? That's the question right there, and as the pressure's coming through, they try their darndest, but they will come up short. So, hey, Team India pull that one out. It's very back and forth, but it's a really excellent job done. I mean, you see the damage numbers in there, right there. You saw X10 with like 22,000. I believe you had a couple of like 15 and 16,000 over on the other side. It was crazy. Crazy first round to get things going, our first map to get things going, I should say, but it's an incredible job by them to pull that one out. So now 1-0 to get things going for Team India. But I like the fact that it's very competitive this early on, very back and forth. I hope we can keep things going down this avenue. But we'll see where things go from here, as we are going to wait on the map selection here for Boundary Breakers. There are no bans, so it's not something we have to worry about in this affair right here. So everything will be nice and hunky-dory right there as we just wait for things to get going over here. The one thing I am personally unsure of, which I could just double check myself. I have the means to look up my own information. You know, it's a smart thing to do from time to time, I will say. But in terms of a map pool, I don't think it's something that we have. And if it does, I'm not fully sure as to what it is. But regardless of that, I mean, Boundary Breakers still very much have the world as their oyster when it comes to maps. So, oh, actually, never mind. We do see. It's just going to be the World Cup map pool. So that will be pretty easy to get things set up over there, as they still have Hybrid, Push, Flashpoint, Escort, and a lot of maps ready to go as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I believe I may not be alone in this world anymore. I think Sledge has joined the party, and Sledge already one map down. And I'm going to tell you right now, this has been a very competitive game so far.
Okay, first off, nice to see you again. It's nice to see you, Hunter. I'm really sorry for getting here late. I got the hours completely twisted. I thought it was gonna be 2 o'clock in the morning. I was getting ready for it. I was sleeping a little bit more just so I could have the energy to see it. And oh my goodness. Well, first off, nice to see you. And yes, I don't doubt this game is gonna be competitive. I saw the rosters yesterday for Team India. As soon as I saw Ed Stain, Captain Flash, and Abs, I knew this game was going to be interesting to see. From Team China, I haven't seen much from them, but I'm just waiting to see what they have waiting for me right now that I haven't seen anything. What can you tell me about this match? What's the most interesting thing that has happened so far?
Interesting. Well, I don't know if I would call this the most interesting thing, but Team India is pretty reliant on running that Cat Bastion style that we've seen be very popular over the last few weeks, ever since the EMEA qualifiers for the World Cup. X10 was on the Bastion, and then, of course, Captain Prash was on the Cat. So,
Honestly, oh man, I'm not surprised anymore to see the Cat Bastion. Like, I actually saw the Korean qualifiers last night. Everything was Cat Bastion besides a couple matches from T1 and Crazy Raccoon. So I just want to see see Edstein play, because I'm such a Edstein fan. I see him play on I think it was what, Extinction. Everything, I will not miss a game of Extinction just to watch Edstein play. But
yeah.
so far I think this is gonna be a great game. Very interesting game.
Yeah, X10 was showing off what they've got. I mean, again, X10 has like all that OWCS experience as well, which is super important. I mean, you have that across like the board for Team India, and even if it's not Overwatch Championship Series experience, it's a lot of Face It League Masters experience as well. I mean, Captain Prash has been playing in Face It for a long time now. Abs very much as well. There is a lot of experience that not every team has that's currently competing in the World Cup. A lot of players, it's their very first time being in this very heavily competitive environment in what I would call Tier 1. I would 100% call it Tier 1. But we'll see what ends up going down as we're just winning on map selection. But Sledge, there will be no bans in the situation, so nothing's really stopping Team India from potentially just trying to run the same thing over and over again. And it's Boundary Breakers that need to find a solution, which they did kind of have a solution. They had Henwich go over to the Malka, that worked a lot. Neon Ghost was playing a lot of the Cassidy, that was working very good as well. And it forced it to what was basically final fight on the third point. So it is very back and forth. By no means was it one-sided for either team.
Honestly, I believe if you say that, Team China or Overwatch China for the longest time has shown that they have the potential to become something bigger fight against other regions. If it wasn't because they got banned 2 years, if I'm correct, until 2025, if I'm correct. I believe they will be most likely playing against EMEA or even Korea, being a bigger potency for Overwatch. So watching this game is gonna just define to me how I see this region as a whole. Because like 3 months ago, everybody would say, "Oh, it's only once a game," and maybe yeah, only once a game as a team that can fight against all in NA, EMEA, Korea. But now that time has gone through, we see more teams playing and being better at this game. Only not only once again. Like these guys have the potential to become something bigger, and I just want to see what they got. I want to see what they got waiting for me.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they really got right here. Because again, I like the fact that we're showing off as many players as possible throughout all the countries as well. And I know India, now that they know who their opponents are going to be at the end of the month for the qualifiers, they'll have to go up against Australia, Thailand, and the Philippines. To be fair, I think maybe counting their lucky stars, they're not in the South Korea group right now. But we'll see how that ends up going down. But for Boundary Breakers, again, they kept it super competitive. And I'll reiterate it just one more time for everybody here. You saw Violet in there. It is not the Violet. I wish it was the Violet, but it is not. But either way, I mean, I had to question it for about half a second. I'm like, wait. Because it's Violet with like the E as a 2, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's
The name is very similar.
it is the exact same. It is very funny. But hey, a name that's really familiar, Sledge. The name of a map called King's Row, which is looking like it's gonna be our second map right here. Which, if anyone who's ever watched competitive Overwatch, this map is pretty much maybe one of the most iconic when it comes to it.
I'm very iconic for the name of Violet too. I will never forget that map against her. I think it was against the Shanghai Dragons. Violet just jumping for the fun of it and then just getting headshotted.
Oh yeah, that was
that's something I will never forget. Me myself.
Yeah. Violet's had his own moments. Oh my god, that's a gift that I have just saved sitting by because it's so funny. Because he just jumps in the middle of the fight and tries to hit the sound barrier. It's like, buddy, I'm not sure what you thought was going to happen, but it didn't happen. Oh god, but no,
Honestly,
that's a lot of.
Years later, now that defines how coaches see his Baptiste, because I believe it recently, I think it was Moon. No, yeah, Rush. I forgot who it was. They say, okay, I'd rather shoot playing Baptiste because I know he's not going to jump as much as this guy that just jumps for the fun of it. So, like, he's trapped on the main support role, not because he wants to, just because he likes to troll too much on flex support.
Yes. Yeah, very very big troll. I mean, you'll have times where like if there's a Lucio that gets like hit with the Ajax, you'll see every Lucio for like the rest of the series do like the safest sound barriers possible, like super hidden behind walls, or like I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to do that. Oh, but hey, hopefully we don't see any today. I mean, it'd be funny, but hopefully we don't end up seeing it. I remember we had the Nordic clash happen yesterday with a bunch of the EMEA teams, and Admiral ended up Ajaxing on Antarctic Peninsula.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that was insane when I watched it. Oh my god. But hey, speaking of insanity, I hope this map is just as insane as Lijiang Tower. We'll see how things go as we get things set in place. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if we have a swap in over at tank with Jamort coming in.
Not only him, but Captain Brush also got swapped. Regime is on now as a support. Really interesting because I see these guys maybe not play as much, but I was seeing them active on Twitter, so I just want to see what they got for me. They always say, "Oh, I dislike this, I like that," but I never actually saw them play. And the compositions are quite interesting to me because we see Team India rolling out in the Ramatra, while on Team India they have a Sigma now. Sigma and Ilari. Are we sure this is not Violet 2 with Ilari? Because how many supports on all the Lucias or on these matches play Ilari? I'm not sure.
It is kind of funny actually, because I'm starting to be convinced this might actually be the Violet. Bro just went to a different country to play some Overwatch. I understand.
Maybe. He just flew to China after his games yesterday. I believe it. I can see that happening.
I mean, he did go play in EMEA for a season for Face It, just for fun, basically. But either way,
it's gonna be the most random season for him. Like, that was so weird. But Punisher doesn't connect any shots, and now he's swapping to the Tracer. So we have a Tracer matchup. It's them on the Emery. And so far, Team China has to drop. They're trying to move to the high ground, but it's gonna be really rough to go through this Ramatra. Specifically now that he has so much health and so much support.
yeah, it's definitely going to be tough right now. I mean, Henwood is going to be able to survive through a lot of things right now. But if there's one tank that I think can really counter the Sigma, it's the Ramatra. Especially if you force everybody inside. But unfortunately, Charmander drops in the wrong place at the wrong time right now. And unfortunately, you're already losing a bunch of your support. Get everybody on the high grounds now. So Sledge, they're in a bit of a awkward spot on the high ground right now.
Yeah, this is bad predicament because two of the players, the most important players, just put it like that, decided to die. Now their teams are scattered. And they had to just keep going and rotating, but that's going to be really difficult to do with their Ramatra decision down. They're on a really awkward spot right now.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are in a very awkward spot now, honestly. Because now they have to give up the high ground over here, and you're already building up some ultimates on both sides right now. If Henwood can get this Flux ready to go right here, it would be massive. Especially as Shimon, it actually gets taken out early, so now you don't have your tanks anybody anymore. Regime is just completely by themselves, and that should be the first point, like, taken care of right now. You still have, like, X10 and Abs hanging around right now, but there's no one that can, like, touch for a long time, unfortunately.
Yeah, this seems to be the team China's gonna finally catch. A small little mistake for Jamoran. He shouldn't have dropped from the high ground. And Team Commander takes X10 from Mr. Sashi, Tracer Leaf, say no one ever. And now this is going for Team China. They did really well holding on into this high ground because I thought they were gonna get pushed out by the Ramatra. But I'm surprised Jade didn't decide to push them any further and just died on that spot. But not much he can do about it.
No, not much at all, but all of Team India going to be together here very soon. They're going to be able to regroup and play this next corner. The biggest thing is they definitely want to work up to Jamorn, getting this Annihilation ready to go. Because there's nothing on the other side that can really take care of it. But you know what? Regime can't take care of a Pulse Bomb because it gets stuck with it by Punisher, and now Team India's got to run back again right now. Saucy tries to hit it. It hits it on the other Alari.
Pulse one for Pulse one, and X10 also falls down. He can't keep up. The pressure is too much for Neon Ghost. And now I think this is a 4v4. Ooh, that was gonna be a huge drop for fun.
What
comes out? Abs is not gonna survive. Abs falls down. Yeah, this doesn't good for Team India. This is really tough for them.
Yeah, so if Jamorn goes down here, it'll be especially rough, and yeah, it will go down as well. And now they got this progress, and like you can put a couple of people over on this point because no one can like reliably touch the point now. So like you can just lock this thing in right here, right now, and you'll have about like 4.5 minutes going to third, which but that is a lot of time going to third point, like a ton.
Yeah, I don't think nobody can touch this point right now. Not even Sashi can't do it either. He's with the force. This is such a tough matchup because now that the Stigma has all the momentum to just keep walking up with the Sojourn and the Tracer is gonna chase you down, it gets really tough for Team India to survive. And their Captain Song gets erased by Charmander, but that doesn't matter. Regime is punching people in the jaw up and down. And Team India finally got the chance to stabilize, and they're pushing Team China back to their spawn. But 4 minutes on the clock is gonna be really tough to hold into this for Team India. But it's their phone King's roll. God knows what's gonna happen here.
Yeah, the bright side is going into this next fight right now. You have a lot. Taking boundary breakers. They try to hit the pulse bomb early. Does not stick, unfortunately. So now you kind of have to like hard stick in the fight right now. They're trying to. Regime's down, but Absa is already taking care of two all by themselves. Got rid of the third as well. That's insane right there for Team India to hold on to that fight right there. But Abs does die late, so they should be able to regroup. And Abs is going to be super far away now, having to respawn.
That was a really good fight by Team India. They didn't sacrifice so many ults. But I just gotta say, I do believe this might be the actual violence because what was the Captain Sun? Who did that hit? I did not see a single soul hit by that Captain Sun, but that doesn't matter anymore. The kid's in a rush for Charmander. Team India has to kite this Jamoran just holding his arms in front of his face in order to not get deleted. And Team China is just doing progress slowly but surely. Ooh, what a rock was behind.
Oh, that's rough. And now they're just going to try to solo wall right now. And I think you end up catching one as well as, yeah, Jamoran ends up going down. And now all you can do right now is your Henwood, you're just sitting on the top right now. Eventually you drop down, you eat a pulse bomb like it's a Thanksgiving dinner. And now this should finally be Boundary Breaker's chance to start taking momentum back. They have been struggling to make any progress since they unlocked third.
If there's one thing Team China is really good at, and that is you generate the pressure for Team India to fall back. Abs cannot leave peacefully on these matchups, and he's really good giving the sleeps and the nades, but Sigma just keep pushing forward and there's nothing he can do about it. Like, he's falling down back again. Punisher with the pulse when available. He has hit 2 out of 3 pulse bombs that I've seen him so far, and he goes to 4. He hits a 3rd pulse bomb. Edstein and Regime goes down, and this is point for Team China unless Jamoran can get 4. No, he can't. And that was incredible. I'm just glazing how good he is hitting pulse bombs, and he goes and hit a double pulse bomb. What goes into this guy's mind? I want to see his mouse. Oh my goodness.
Switching sides.
Yeah, we need to have a hand cam on him right now, Oh my god, it's insane though, because you look at that fight, and Team India, they had the tools to win it. They had the annihilation with the Ramatra. They could win that fight very easily. But Punisher just hits the perfect person and gets to with it. It's phenomenal. So now, about 2 minutes on the clock, and now we have to see Team India with their own attack. And remember, with what they've committed to now, they probably aren't going to go back to the Cat Bastion situation, and they're going to keep trying to make the Alari work on Regime. Because Regime was doing good on the Alari, I think, but I feel like Jamoran was just getting punished a lot by Headwind and being like hit with the rock every single time.
Yeah, that's not entirely wrong. Regime was really doing really good damage on the Larry, but the problem is that every single time Jamoran tried to walk in, he was just getting absolutely deleted. All eyes on him. He can't leave properly, but now he's on the Winston. I wonder what he's gonna try to do on the Winston now that he has an Ana Larry. Lucio will be really good for in this situation, or even a Juno, I dare to say. But this matchup is going really interesting. We go from 4 minutes to 1 minute and 56 seconds. Really good hold for Team India, but even better attack by Team China to break down Team India's strategy. And let's see what they have for us. Oh, they're going Cat Bastion now.
I said they were
going Cat Bastion now. Oh my god.
Yeah, the problem is that this might be really easy to punish by Neon Ghost and Headwind, especially now that we have Violet still on the Alari. They have to play very carefully right here, especially as Jamoran just jumps in and gets taken care of very quickly right here, and they're not going to be able to take the tank out right there. But they do take care of Violet, so now you lose out on a lot more of that poke. So even though they're kind of losing the fight right now, it's honestly fine because they can regroup super quickly.
Yeah, Sashi managed to survive a situation when he's fighting the Cena and the enemy Tracer. And Jamoran is jumping in. Oh, really good!
Oh,
really good combo. Edstein, Hangway falls down. And this is point for Team China. Really good push by Team China. I think Jamoran first day was just like a message like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna jump in. Don't mind me. And Team China got a little bit too confident with it. Now we see a Mauga. I didn't know you were weird like that, Hangway. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is what they did back on Control Center on Lichang Tower. Is they kept doing the Cat Bastion, and this was their response right here to run Mauga and just burn X10 away. You see right there, X10 can't stay in the fight as long as the Mauga's in their face like that. So like you have to find a workaround or just punish Headwind a lot in these fights.
Yeah, this is gonna be the ult from Edson. He's gonna farm the Mauga for this ult. And so far they have to play slow because if a Winston against a Mauga matchup is not really that good. So Jamoran needs to swing the corner, and he doesn't have that much ult charge either. It's gonna be really tough for him to do it. He gets nano, he goes for the backline. Really good use for Charmander. He escapes. Now he's in an awkward situation, looking for somebody to run up to. Really good by Sashi. By the 2 falls down, Regime. And Team India is doing really good answering all these compositions on the spots by Team China. I'm surprised at how good they're doing.
Yeah, they're doing really good. I felt very weird when I saw that they were running the Winston with this, but it works really well. I don't know if it'll keep working here because obviously the Winston's really tough to run into the Mauga like that. But Jamar isn't even like the center of attention. Everyone's looking at X10 being on that Bastion and trying to burn them away. So it makes the Winston's job a lot easier, especially as he can dive really aggressively here with a Primal Rage, and Violet unfortunately can't do anything but run away.
He's running away. Oh no. Are we sure Jamoran is Indian and not Korean? Because what I'm seeing right now are Korean shades on a Winston who really will engage for him. Charmander's is double Punisher. Punisher was scattering the backline and now he gets a pick on Abs. Oh, Handwich is really low. But Jamoran is really low as well. Neon Ghost gets the trade. Charmander cannot survive anymore. And this is just a dogfight. Trying to see who gets the checkpoint. And Punisher gets a better redeem. Punisher is gonna carry this point alone. He's really low, son. Sashi gets a better Punisher. And it's Violet 2 against the Tracer. Can he win this duel?
Yeah,
He's coming back.
Yeah, Sashi can't win.
Oh my god.
There's no way to win that fight. And now Sashi needs to just run for the hills. And Sashi will get out. It's good. The problem is now is that Boundary Breakers, they have too many ults right now to deal with right now. So you almost have to take a fight and hope they invest a lot of them right here and now. Or maybe Sashi just gets a pulse bomb and sticks somebody again, you know? But
yes,
they're gonna
see about it. Wait, with the Captain Sun.
What?
Not to hit anybody. Sashi gets the kill on Charmander. Abs gets a kill on Neon Ghost.
Wait.
And I think Regime gets him out of the map. No, he does before he does that. Really close though. Violet is really low. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't cap the point on the fight before this one. They were so close with Punisher. He just had presence in the lobby. He just killed 3 people right in front of Sashi's faces. And now Abs.
No.
Oh, such an unfortunate situation for Team India.
Yeah, I think maybe if this doesn't work one more time, you might consider putting Jamar over on the D.Va instead, just to be able to eat a lot more of that damage and kind of make a bit more space. Because X10 I think is struggling to get in on some of these fights so far, and now with like Neon Ghost having the override protocol, the moment they're up in the air, it's just gonna be super aggression. But it's like I'm saying right there, Jamar jumps in, goes super low, and has to immediately get out.
Yeah, this is gonna be such a tough matchup on old wise for Team China, for Team India, because they don't have that much right now. The Nano comes out to Edson. Neon Ghost was really low. He's in front of Mauga. Now he can delete the Mauga, but he's not gonna do it. Too much damage. It's Edson eating too much damage. Ghost finishes the kill. Punisher, his recall gets forced out, but he's doing fine. Team China is falling down. Team India has done the impossible. Punisher is really low. He's not gonna pull the same magic with the pulse one that he did 2 fights ago. And Team India manages to finish this point. What happened here? I thought Team China was winning.
Yeah, they were winning, but like because like people started focusing so heavily on X10, you saw this ability for everyone else to kind of go in and punish the backline a lot more. And it was really nice by them. Young Ghost couldn't even use the ultimate, and now Young Ghost probably isn't gonna get out of this room alive right now. They're stuck in there.
They're all stuck in the same room. Ooh, Regime is pushing the Mauga. He wants to take him out, but it's gonna be really difficult for him. Honestly, the Bastion card composition is really good on the Winston because they can draw all the attention that the Winston is taking. And Sashi is also keeping up really good with his Mauga. And now it's gonna be a really tough for Team China because the Primal Rage comes out. Ooh, Punisher! Punisher takes the Pokemon Sashi. The cage comes out. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's pressing Q. And there's how Team China is winning.
That's a lot of Qs, and now Abs is gonna get staggered out for a second here. Eventually finished off right there. That's beautiful. That ends up being, how many ultimates for that entire fight? I think it ended up being like 8 total for that whole fight.
One of each team. That was so confusing.
Wait, are they doing it now too? Punisher's on the Bastion now too, but they're running a Baptiste instead of a cat. Wait, what?
I think he's doing the Bastion for the love of the game. I don't think they're gonna try and get the Bastion and cat.
I don't blame them. I don't care, honestly. If Burn Away try to win the Bastion 1v1 on the ground, I don't hate it at all, but they're gonna have to do something soon. There's just over a minute left right now, and all you have right now is the catch of Sun. That Violet's gonna let loose. Catch Sun to 1.
Nano goes out for odds for 2 Edson in order for him to not fall down. The pressure on Neon goes. Somebody please kill this guy. The emo goes out. And the pressure is too much, but nobody dies so far. Nobody but Sashi. The Mauga gets a kill. Ooh, but this is really low. Edson needs to find something with his ult.
Yeah,
the pressure is too much.
Yeah, I'll show you something to go right now. But X10's all alone, by the way. It's kind of worth noting right now. no one's there to really help out, and now you see Showmatch gonna take over the high ground, and with 40 seconds left, they have to win this fight right now if they want any chance of being able to, finish the map with time on the clock. But they might get to right now. They try to steal somebody away. They pull away Violet, but they're barely hanging in there.
I don't think Team China gets a touch. Oh, they do not get the touch. Such an unfortunate. A good old C9 on that matter. But honestly, if they managed to dodge, they could have possibly lost that because Rajin decided to bring Violet to his side of the team instead of just dumping him into the void, as he could have done on the other one. But so good so far. 1 minute for Team India and 2 minutes and 35 seconds for Team China. Now, so far, this has come really close, and the swaps that each team is making in order to adapt to this matchup is really interesting. Now we went from the Sigma, now we went through the Brimstone to the Sigma, and that actually helped in India to stay a little bit longer in these fights because it gets really tough to go through that small alleyway on the last point on King's Row. And Team China that's relying solely on the talent on their DPS. Punisher that's hitting every single post from that he gets. And Ghost, well, I haven't seen a good ult from Ghost so far, or maybe because I'm blind. Who knows?
Yeah, Ghost has been consistent in hitting a lot of shots, but the ultimates have been very back and forth. They've mainly been used to combine with a lot of the tank ultimates. You see, they would punch them in with the cage fight, and then they would use the override protocol for that instead. So it's smart. But the thing right here is both teams currently not running the Melka at all. Jamort's back over on the Winston. And still has to be careful because actually, oh, okay. I actually like the swap to the Ramatra a lot more in this situation.
Yeah, you have a Ramatra and an Ana. They have to play together now, especially that he's being a Brex for Team India playing on their own. Now we need to see how they approach the situation because they have a D.Va in the field, and it's going to be really hard to go through her. He's getting deleted right now. Abs is fighting the D.Va. The D.Va decides to walk into enemy team spawn, and she gets absolutely deleted. Now it's a 4v4 because Punisher managed to get a kill on Edson.
Yeah, it's honestly a really big pick. It's a really big one. But now they have to find something because you just see like Punisher's on their own over there right now, and you see like the chase is kind of happening right now. But like Punisher is somehow hanging around. Oh, I don't think Punisher's getting that thing in time. No, they'll get it actually. They're still alive.
They jump them all the military on Punisher in order to save him. Edson falls on the game, but he gets a third on Charmander. And now it's really tough for Edson to leave. Now the D.Va is on the playground, and also Harry that cannot leave anymore because he doesn't have this. He's not relying on Stagger. He supports the Ramatra. Just sitting on point, just getting all the value that he needs. But it gets really tough for the D.Va in order to stay alive, specifically against like a Bastion, Cat, and the Tracer.
Yeah, the Cat's really
low.
This
is gonna be Team 4. This is gonna be point for Team India.
It might be. I mean, Punisher can touch again, but I don't think it'd be the right choice. And yeah, they're just gonna wait. The problem is though, Charmander's down too, which means a bunch of people are just gonna get the bad spawns. So Team India is gonna be able to get through this archway without having to fight for it. And like with all the ults that they have, that's so big for them.
Yeah, Team India has known how to fight to his advantage. Yes, Edson died twice, but because Edson died twice, the D.Va used anything in order to get those kills. Punisher is wasting his cooldowns. Like, Team India has gotten the response that they needed in order to keep pushing forward. This Cat Bastion is taking all the aggro that his tank was taking a second ago. So, and the ults are coming online. We have a Nano for Abs. I wonder what he's gonna do with it, whether it's gonna be the Ramatra or the Bastion. Team China is also rotating. Quite interesting rotation for Team China.
Yeah, I kind of like it right now because the Nail's gonna come out. They're gonna try to run up the backline, but nobody's like sitting around for X10 to shoot, so they're not gonna get much out of it. And now they're being taken out in the backline a little bit. Things are kind of trading out, but Punisher's got to make a choice right now whether or not you're going to commit the ult here or not. Because if you're still at full health right now, Jamorn can still survive through like a ton of damage right now. But they're trying their darndest to right now as Annihilation going to be used. Punisher's sitting so low, but they can't get back to the point. So it's still good progress, but at the end of the day, you wish you could have gotten a little more with all of those ults.
Yeah, now it's gonna be on what Team India can do in order to hold these 2 minutes and 35 seconds, because Team China has been going really aggressive now. At the very beginning of the map, they were going really slow, trying to see what they can play to, what advantage can they take of the enemy team. But now they have 2 minutes and 35 seconds to spare. Many ults are gonna come out by Team China, and I believe Punisher. Punisher is doing the heavy lifting for this team. Every single time you see the kill feed, he's always on the kill feed. And Team India is not doing bad themselves either. They know how to push, and Edson is doing a lot of work with Rajim in order to get those kills in the backline. But the pressure always comes into Jamorant, and he can't stay alive for much longer. So, and now we have the single positions. We finally have a Widow. I wonder if Punisher's gonna just troll a little bit and just say, "Hey, let me play Widow for like 10 seconds." I
You
wonder.
always try, yeah. You always try to get the one shot because like you never know when someone's just going to peek away. Especially if it's like Abs who gets headshot, that would be the worst case scenario. But
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what happens right here as Punisher. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think it should hit anybody, but I don't want to cast or curse anybody right now. Hopefully nobody peeks.
Objective A.
Hopefully. I
Okay,
think
good.
as soon as he heard the Widow shot, decided to go back. Ooh, huge shot for to Jamorant. And the
Yeah,
pressure by
Punisher-
these Widows can make Team India fall back a little bit.
Yeah, I think you need to make a swap already, and it gets made. You go over and go back to the Tracer. Jamorant's getting pressured a lot as well. But again, the Cat Bastion's up there, and it's pretty much acting as a defense turret to make sure nobody can punish Jamorant super aggressively.
Honestly, I like what I'm seeing. These two Sigmas are just like playing for the fun of it and you're just levitating like, oh yeah, I'm going up. Oh, you're going up as well. And Edson manages to get the kill by Ale2. No surprises that the name Ale2 is getting first pick on Team's Row, but that doesn't matter anyway. And this is a clean up for Team India that manages to get the better of Team China. 1 minute and 38 seconds, they went from 2 minutes. Really good time drop for Team India. But now I wonder, Ghost that he's finally going into the Widow. Oh no, I get my hopes too high and now he's in the castle, but that's fine.
Yeah, Neon was running a lot of Cassidy back on Lijiang Tower. That's what was helping shut down X10 on the Bastion a lot of the time. But it's got to start working right now because they have to win quite a lot of fights still to have a chance to play this one around, and they're struggling just to get through the beginning part over here. Violet's getting kind of punished as Jamorant's getting forced back, and now without a tank, X10's got to find somebody to take down right now.
Yeah, they need to get a trade as soon as possible because now it's gonna be really tough in order to keep this point or the advantage for Team China. Sorry, for Team India. The sleep and the rock that gets failed. We don't know how to use her cooldowns apparently. And so far, Team China is getting good progress. I think Team India is gonna just hold into the corner and just wait for a little bit so they don't get stagger. But that doesn't matter because Ghost gets the better of Rajim, gets 1, gets 2, doesn't get a 3, Jamorant gets a trade, and now Team China needs to regroup and redo everything again. They have advantage on ults though. They have the advantage on ults.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thing in this situation right here is a lot of people have bad spawns and they don't have any speed to get them there, so they're gonna have to play the long game right here. But something tells me they might just throw Nano onto X10 very aggressively and try to force a lot of things out, because with the way the spawns are, Sledge, they're not gonna have time if they lose another fight. They need to win this right here and now.
Yeah, they lose this and it's over. Oh, the boss one comes out of the Edson. There's a juicy soul. The Katic song also comes out. Oh, gets eaten by Jamorant. Jamorant is hungry. He's so hungry. Oh, he's so hungry. Everything is going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. Neil goes against the better Sashi. Jamorant falls down. Now Abs is getting chased down. And this is it for Team China. They've managed to do it. They capped King's Row. But what went wrong to Team India? They got 2 ults cancelled. They got the Pulse One and they also got the Captive Sun cancelled. How did they lose this?
Victory.
It's so
Well,
unfortunate.
It's
Oh
so
my
unfortunate,
goodness.
yeah. I think
Because, like,
we saw that rock. We saw how
Yes.
they shut down Jamorant on there.
Play of the game.
Not much they can do. Not much to do there.
Yeah, that was insane right there. The fact that we had multiple ultimates get cancelled out like that, back and forth, back and forth. But that's what we're talking about. You had to go aggressive and try to force something out. It just doesn't end up working out right now. Honestly, getting hit with that rock was so massive right there for Boundary Breakers to take that one
That was
away.
huge.
That was amazing. That was honestly the game-winning play in my opinion. Wow. I mean,
It's
it's hard to know what to say after that one because that was so crazy, that final fight.
Yeah, like I like how they treat the last fights because other teams say, "Oh, let me just kite for a second and just wait to till everybody use everything." No, these guys say, "I'm going to go down with straight hands. We're just gonna punch each other, and God knows what's gonna happen." That's what happened the last two fights and the last point of King's Row and this point, and that's what I like. Like these guys are not afraid to do anything crazy. For example, Edson in the last two maps has gotten 70 kills and 44,000 damage. This is what I mean when I say this guy sorry, this is when I say when they can be the next big thing in Overwatch. I'm sorry, I mispronounced the pronouns. I'm really sorry. I haven't seen all WCS in so long. I missed it already, and I get confused. I'm so sorry.
I can't blame you. It's perfectly fine. But now it's gonna be really interesting. As yeah, I was looking at the stats as well. That's insane, by the way. Getting like extended two maps having 70 elims is massive. But honestly, the person I want to talk about is Hanwinch, who had 43 elims during that game and ended up having was beat out by damage by X10, but still had 21,000 damage. It was an absolutely insane performance right there, being able to pull that one out. So it's like I said, it's a great performance. Both these maps we've seen so far have already been really back and forth as well. So I'm excited to see what they can do here. As the one thing I think is worth saying right here, Sledge, is we had like Lijiang, we had King's Row, and now it's looking like we're going to have Suravasa as well. A lot. A lot of these players, or I should say, a lot of these maps right now, they play into that style of both teams a little bit, you know, because X10 and Captain Prash can still make the Cat Bastion work on all these maps, but also I think you can continue to play Hanwenge on things like the Ramatra, like the Sigma very easily. So it's good for both teams, but we haven't seen them go to a map that is like properly like leaning towards like dive compositions.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. This seems to be like it's gonna be a really tough matchup because each team knows how to play into each other, and the similarities when it comes down to either adapt into the match or just play the exact same thing or match each other is really good. Like they know how to answer into the aggression that the Punisher is making. And honestly, can we talk about Punisher now that we're going into Surabasa? Like
Oh,
the guy went 43 and 9 last game. I want to see his post one rate stick rate because I cannot believe this guy hit what out of 9 post ones he hit 8 of them because one got eaten by Jamarand. The Jamarand is
yes.
also a really it's like a wall that you need to go through if you want to kill his backline. Jamoran knows how to stand up to his people. Um, honestly, I just, I'm just craving to see what's gonna happen on this match because we've seen them play the brawl, we see them play the poke, but now I just want to see if they can play dive. Team China seems very capable of it since they have the Kiriko, they have the Tracer, and Ghost knows how to play the Soyun very well. I can't wait to see
Yeah.
what they have waiting for us here.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And again, because bans aren't in the equation, there's not a lot of counterplay with that. But the bright side is as well, that means you can run anything in these situations. And these teams have been very willing to run a lot of different things and see what ends up working. Because this is a show match ultimately. You want to show off like as much as you possibly can in all of these maps here. And I think they've done a really good job of that already. But now we'll go into a map where I don't know if this is a map necessarily that you can try to make the same things work. But to be fair, I said the same thing on King's Row of like, oh, they're not gonna run the Cat Bastion, and they ran the Cat Bastion, and it worked for a while. So it ended up being kind of crazy with that, but I'm really excited for it, and it's looking like we're getting ready to get things started. Sledge, as we head over to Suravasa for our third map of the series, which the fact that we're still tied, it means we're gonna get at least 4 maps out of this one.
And I'm really excited to see them because I knew this was gonna be competitive in
Yes.
some level because they have X10, Captain Prash, which I'm a really big fan too. If you're seeing this, I love you. But honestly, this has become something so great, and the compositions on each team, I want to see Domina on this map at the very least.
Initiating
It'd be crazy.
Domina or Winston.
Winston, I'd be alright with. Is that a flying alligator? Oh no, it's okay. Okay, we're above the water now. Okay. Hello, Mister. So is it an alligator or a crocodile? There is a difference.
I think it's a crocodile maybe.
It's chasing Mag right now. Okay, there you go. Get away.
Careful, Mag. Don't get eaten.
Mag, they will take
We
you
don't
out.
have a tether.
We will be done for.
Yes, we will be staring at the alligator the whole match.
Oh, but either way, we're seeing. I think maybe the boundary breakers are being a little more what's the word? Honest with what they're gonna run. They'll TP out and probably put Punisher back over on that Tracer that, honestly, like you said it before, was so good over on King's Row.
Honestly, I'm really excited to see what they have here because Edstein doesn't seem to be playing the Bastion, but they want to play the Cat. So it's either gonna be the Winston just getting dropped like a bomb, you know, like an F-150, like, oh, here you go. This is your charge. Oh, never mind. They're going on the Lucio, Captain Pressure on the Lucio. We have a Tracer coming up. Team China seems to be playing something a little bit more slow rather than fast, like Team India is doing right now. The rotations are really fine, and each team is playing slowly but surely. On the poke by Team China is going to be really good and really hard for Jamoran to break down.
Yeah, but X10's already dead. That's really unfortunate right there. You lose out on so much damage. You see Crash and Abs just kind of have to run away, and Jamoran is just have to dive in this back line and probably go down, unfortunately. So that's going to be the Boundary Breakers. Should be able to take this first fight away, as Crash and Abs are going to try to get out of there alive, which, the bright side, they're able to, so they can reset very quickly.
Honestly, I didn't thought the pressure by Team China's composition was gonna be so great into the Winston and Edstein. That's a pick I didn't expect to see you as a first pick, but that's fine because now they have to make another rotation. The Winston needs to make space in order for his team to walk in. But it's gonna be really tough with this Sigma now that he's just sitting in the back in high ground.
Yeah,
a really good rock by the by the Sigma.
Yeah, it's
Captain
a really good
Flash
rock. Yeah, but unfortunately Punisher decided that they didn't want the backline to live. X10 gets some revenge, but I think it might be too late, as X10 now actually gets rid of 2 now. You just don't have anybody to help you win the fight, unfortunately. So they're gonna have to back out and fight one more time, as Jamoran he's barely alive right now.
Yeah, Jamoran cannot, it's his throw because a Cat Bastion that draws attention for the enemy team. It's really tough for him to just walk in general, to leave. But Edstein is a magician. He manages to get 2 picks, and now Team India is walking into the enemy Sigma. Captain Crash is really slow. A really good rock by a hand wedge. Edstein that can get picked.
Oh my god, yeah.
Backlane, making the pressure for he falls. Trade for each team. Alt coming out. Nano. Oh, Ox manages to stay alive, but not for longer. Violet 2 they get the pick. And
Yeah,
Nano doesn't get any value.
Yeah, they're gonna stay hanging around for a little while longer, but I don't think they can win this one. Neon does have the drop, so it does actually, it flips over, so it's not over yet. The question is, oh, another great rock, oh my god, and now Jamoran is in the middle of nowhere. They're gonna go down, and I think the Boundary Breakers, I think this point is gonna be theirs now.
Yeah, I think the Sigma is doing a great job keeping his distance with the Winston. The Winston is having a really tough time trying to even live because he's just getting focused by the whole entire enemy team. Now we have pulse bombs. We have pulse bombs in the scoreline, and I want to see what they're gonna do with them because last map each Tracer was getting a crazy pulse bomb, and now Sachi is making the pressure on Punisher. He gets the better of Punisher, but the Captain Sun comes out by Violet 2. X falls down. Jamoran is nets. Abs cannot survive, and now it's a 2v3. I wonder if they can get this. Ooh,
What?
The pulse
Oh,
bomb.
stick?
My hand wedge. Oh,
Wait,
but
what?
Sachi doesn't survive.
Yeah, it's such a good hit. Yeah, how much
Such a great hit.
No, you're good. Hey, we're big chill. We're having a good time right now. I'll say the head
Yeah.
was perfectly bounced it off the wall to connect over on Asashi. That was actually a really good play. Oh no, Punisher, my boy, no.
As soon as we start talking good about him, he starts to do some of these things. I wonder if this is the caster. But this is fine. This seems to be the first Team Fight 1 win for Team India. Now they have finally managed to kill the Sigma because Sigma needs to be the first one to die in order for the Winston to. Oh!
What? Wait,
Punisher
what?
hits Edstein.
Oh my God.
1 for 1.
Yeah, and now Jamora's gonna have to enter Primal Rage right here and find somebody, but they managed to find one. Neon's super low, but they're using Flux just to get rid of the Winston. They beat, but it's not gonna be enough. The Winston dies anyway. And now they kind of have to run away, and all they can really do is like stall the point out for as long as they can.
Punisher. I'm
Wait, what?
surprised he's the first one to die for his team. This is an easy team fight for Team China, and now Abs is surviving. Abs managed to survive, and now the protocol override for Extend manages to get one, gets two. The pressure is really big, and Team India just swung back and said, "This is my point." Ooh, good try, Abs. Really nice try.
Yeah, close one. That would have been really big right there. But they'll reset again. They'll have time to set up one more fight, and they can take their time with it as well. As Hanwich is going to go over to the hazard instead, which is I think really interesting. It tells me that they want to try to be more aggressive and punish Prash and Abs a lot more in that back line. As they're going to nano Winston, but they've already lost Tashi.
He might fall down, but he managed to get enough damage on the Neon Ghost in order to make him fall down. But Edstein gets killed by Punisher. Punisher doing the heavy lifting once again. What this guy does everything. You want him to do your taxes, he does them. You want him to cook, he cooks. And that's what he's doing right now. He got two in order to open this fight for Team China. And goes, Cameron jumps in trying to get the better of Violet. But oh! What a pulse bomb! Hold that pulse bomb for Sachi. But Punisher is the next one to die. Punisher, once again, getting important picks. Ooh, that was a close one on Captain Prash. 1 for 2 so far for Punisher. And he's really low. He could die here. And he dies. Captain Prash gets the better of Punisher.
Yeah, this thing looks like it should be right here, but they're keeping Rush down. They're getting touches. They're doing a really good job. Crash is in the middle of nowhere right now. They're gonna get punished out, and now Boundary Breakers are doing great in this fight right now. Because all it's important to do is just die on the point, try to find somebody, but it's not gonna be enough. It's gonna be map point already here for Boundary Breakers, and to be fair, Team India is keeping it competitive, but they're getting punished a lot more with this hazard.
Yeah, it's gonna be. If he was tough already with the Sigma online, now it's gonna be even worse with the hazard. Now that he has the ability to just completely turn around and help his backline. I see some people here questioning if this is a real Edstein. Yes, this is the real Edstein Overwatch. Like this is the WCS competitor, and they're doing so good. They're really doing really fine. They have the protocol override coming up really soon, and now Ghost. I think he's going for a flank. Wait, did we just crash?
Wait, I think we had a moment right here. I think we're still hanging around. I was wondering if it was me for a second, but
I think it was me too.
Yeah, but hey, we're back in the fight. Here's the Captain Rush explode. Yeah, literally explode as both the supports are dead now. So Violet's the only support currently alive right here, trying to survive in a DPS world. The DPS world doesn't want him to live, but it's looking like Team India's done enough right here. It's just 10 minutes hovering above, but eventually they can win the fight. And honestly, I mean, good for them. It's another scrappy fight because they get bit. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Punisher once again hitting the pulse from that he needs to hit. Now it's gonna be really tough on Team India. Everything is really low. So far down, but no. Pulse. Oh, over protocol and nano for it to extend.
Oh no, there's no getting away from this one. I'm sorry. You can run as far as you want. It's not gonna matter. Henwood's the only one to get out alive right now. But that's massive right there. That combo. There's nothing you can do about it, unfortunately. Unless you have a diva, maybe. But outside of that, you're a sitting duck. You have to run away.
Yeah, not much people can do against a protocol override and an nano on top of it. They were doomed to die regardless of what it is. And now Damorant, he's getting chased down, and it's gonna be really hard for him to try to get anything going on with the hazard here. Ooh,
yeah,
good.
big
sleep for Ads.
Yeah, Pulse is ready for Sashi, but they get stunned out. They can't do anything, and now we're back and forth right now. Charmander's super low. Hemwick needs a bunch of health right now. They're trying to find literally anything as Gamoran is in the middle of nowhere. Is also going to barely get out alive. This has been an insane fight, Sledge. The fact that everyone's not dead yet is so insane to me. But Abs eventually falls over, and without that support, Boundary Breaker's going to take back the point.
Ooh, Prash is in it. I'm surprised somebody died as soon as the kids in the road came down. Teaming is really has finally learned how to guide these ults and now to survive a little bit more. As long as Punisher doesn't get big over here. The pressure on the Winston is really big. He cannot survive, he cannot live, he cannot do anything at all. And now with the Cassidy just poking you, saying, yeah, you're not getting anywhere near my backline. Cameron is having a tough time. But 99% on the board for Team India. All they need to do is just get a pick, get clean up, and then they can just win this map over here. Unless Punisher says, "No, I don't want that to happen," and it's the greatest pulse bomb we ever seen.
Yeah, but yeah, Sashi also has the pulse bomb. So there's two good pulses ready to go. We'll see what they can do. They're gonna nano the Winston right here. I don't know if they catch anybody immediately, but you see right now Punisher's looking for it. It's a throw on the ground. He doesn't get rid of anybody. So now he's completely back and forth. You've already lost out on Jamoran, and that's rough because Crash is running for their life. They'll go down, and unfortunately, Sashi's gonna have to try to touch this point, but they don't have any help left.
Let's then get a trade on Punisher. But this seems to be mapped for Team China. Team China knew how to respond to the composition on for Team India, and now we are 2-1 in the series. Team India has managed to make this competitive in their own ways, but they cannot finish these points. It gets really tough for them to do it. And Edson is once again our player of the game. No surprises at all. This guy can do everything as well. Unfortunately, the pressure team China is making for his sandwich is making this game unbearable for him.
Yeah, that's kind of been the case right now, and they're finding a lot of value. But it's a situation where again they're being punished so heavily and pushed back so much where they can't find any of the proper value anymore that they were getting back on Lijiang Tower a lot of the time. I don't know what the answer is going to be to try to stop that from happening, because I mean you can't like go and ban out stuff like the tracer or anything, so you just kind of have to deal with the fact that you have somebody like Punisher running it down, hitting almost every single pulse bomb. It's difficult, but they have to figure it out. And with there only being escort and hybrid left, we're probably going to go to a map that's going to be played a lot more wide open and probably force them to play something a little bit different.
Yeah, and apparently we're going to run a Sapi, which is not that big of an open map, but it's open enough for Jamoran to maneuver around. And honestly, I just want to see any swaps coming up. I want to see Regime play a little bit more. Who am I to say? Who am I to say? The Regime is a really good main support. But so far, Team China hasn't known how to pressure Team India. Like, these guys cannot walk in properly without having to worry of Punisher being on the backline constantly, just getting picks every single minute. They cannot worry about Hamwich, who's also a wall. Like, this guy is just standing still and getting a lot of value on his tanks, but turns out he can play more than the Sigma. He can play the Hazard as well, which I didn't expect him to do because not many people is playing Hazard in this meta. And Ghost, who's also really good making the pressure. Violet 2, I still have my doubts that this is not the real Violet 2 because he's like, the playstyle is very similar. I had to say it. But hey, really good showdown by both teams. Like, they know how to entertain their people. And I just want to see what Ranasapi has us waiting.
Yeah, I'm excited right now. This has been a lot of fun so far. It's been as much fun as I thought it would have been, and it lives up to that. So we'll see what happens. You talked about Hanwich playing that Hazard a lot. The one thing I think people forget is that Hazard started coming back into the meta for a little bit there. Started getting a lot of playtime, and then like a week later, that's when people started running the Cat Bastion stuff, and Hazard kind of went away because the Cat Bastion was really strong, and you needed to deal with that with something that isn't a Hazard. And the fact that Emre is still strong, you can't really deal with it with the Hazard either. That's why D.Va is still getting played a lot with that as well, just to help take care of it, because there's like almost no other tank that can shut down an Emre that easily. So it's just the way things have kind of gone. But I think the bright side, I think you agree with me on this one, Sledge, is it's been really exciting watching both these teams kind of play like their own different styles. And to be fair, from Boundary Breakers, the Chinese team that they are, it hasn't surprised me that they've tried to play a lot of like aggressive fights and have scenarios where their backline might not be dive support characters necessarily, but everyone else, if they find somebody to go after, Punisher, like the Young Ghost and Hanwich, they are on them very aggressively.
Honestly, I agree with you because unlike other teams, like these two countries seem to have their own personality. We haven't seen a Lucio Kiri yet. We saw Lucio Larry, which is great anyway because me myself, I'm kind of tired of seeing the same comps every single day. And also, it's quite interesting to see how they manage to break down each team how to break down every fight, because for a moment Team India almost takes 2 points. Problem is that Team China knew how to make the pressure on the enemy tank, so he doesn't make any progress at all. So
No,
being
no.
honest with you, Team China has the upper hand to me on this moment. I'm being honest with you right now. I'm wearing a Hanshu Spark, no Hanshu Charge shirt right now, so you already know with who I'm rooting for at this moment.
Yeah, I wish I have the same jersey and I'm just not wearing it right now. I love that jersey too. I wish I had it on right now. I should have put it on.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Honestly,
that's great.
I love this team. I love this team. The Herbalife thing never happened. Okay, that never happened. They had a regular sponsor, not Herbalife.
Yeah, we'll forget any something else happened. You know what? It never happened. Nothing ever did. We'll see what happens as we're getting ready to set up for Runasapi. Just waiting for everybody to connect, and then we can get things going. In terms of swaps, I'm trying to see. I think Vind has come back in on tank, and we saw Vind play that very first map, but now they're back in for Runasapi. Okay, I love to see it.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what Ben has waiting for me, because I unfortunately, because I thought this game was gonna be at 2 o'clock in the morning, I was sleeping. So leaving that on the side, I believe he's gonna give us a really good show, as Jamaran was doing too. And I've seen no swaps so far for Team China. I believe they're confident on their own guns, and they know how to keep the pressure up. So far
Ready for battle.
we see a ball. Interesting. Honestly, I haven't seen ball in this on this level of play in such a long time. I'm so happy right now.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll stick with it, but it'd be very funny. Because why not? Honestly, you could have some chaos work with it, but it looks like we are not going to have that kind of fun here today, Sledge. It's looking like it is just going to be the diva, which Finn did play a bit of that diva back on Lijiang, so it makes sense. I think the one thing we should talk about right now is that Neon Ghost is coming out on the legs, the Soldier 76.
Yes, finally. This is my character. This is my OTP. I love seeing Soldier on this level of play. I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen here. As Team China, Ghost apparently is trying to make his own rotation. He's trying to find an angle. But I wonder what he's gonna try and find, because they have a cat bash. Yep, there you go. Punisher is the first one to fall. Sashi gets the better of him. And Ghost, how?
What? Wait, what?
How did he manage to do that? Oh, what a bomb for Edson. What's going on right now? I'm confused.
I think we could talk to a bad start for Boundary Breakers, unfortunately. Bad start, but they got time to regroup in time before this checkpoint comes into play, so they're not too bad quite yet. But Neon Ghost needs to find more value on the Soldier 76, because I know they're playing it to try to specifically get rid of the cat, but it's not going to be that easy, unfortunately.
Yeah, the Bastion can use his turret form, and then everything is gonna fall over, just like they're doing right now. The Diva is coming out in order to heal his damage, but it's not gonna be enough. Ghost is really low, he could fall over. And Edson is just chilling here. Oh, Captain Frog side! Oh, Hedge got the better of the cat, and now Edson is just standing in the backline. Violet 2. I don't think Violet 2 saw this Diva, he just got jump scared. And now they're just gonna now Team is a little bit scattered, and honestly, it's kind of fun to me to see these cat bastion composition. Like I've seen them with my own eyes, and now I'm just witnessing a show match of this level of playing cat bastion. Like you don't get to see this every day.
You don't. No, you don't. It's been really fun so far, and hopefully it'll keep being fun right here, because it's worth noting, it's match point right now in this situation. So you got to try to burst through and throw this thing around, but you already see X10 being brought in really aggressively right there. Everyone's going to be able to survive anyway, but X10 is going to have the artillery strike to survive through and get that overhealth ready to go. But Charmander needs to get this rush on right now, because it's the only resource they have, and they're going to use it super aggressively as Sashi somehow gets Violet. Wait, what?
He hit the pulse one on the ground, and then he managed to get Violet. I believe this is real Violet too, because he saw that pulse on the ground and decided to walk into it. And Neon Ghost falls down on the Soldier. Honestly, I'm really happy to see a Soldier on this map. I think he needs to make the swap if he wants to help his team a little bit more with the pressure of the Cat Bastion. And the Diva. He's getting his every single shot eaten by the Diva. And this is it's gonna be a checkpoint for Team India.
Yeah, and right now it's tough for BB right now, as they're trying to bounce back, but 3 minutes in, they've already lost the first checkpoint. and now all these ultimates going to be available against them. It's a really rough situation, quite honestly. And if they are going to have a chance at winning this thing, I think they need to win this next fight here and put everything into Punisher and make some room for them.
Yeah, Punisher seems to be the answer they're looking for because Punisher can make a lot of pressure with this one protocol override. Sachi that's in the back lane. It always surprises on it. And now that comes out to Edson. Punisher,
Yeah.
and he's escaped. Oh, Axe.
Oh no,
Axe.
you're not getting out of that.
Oh no. And Edson now, he's just sitting on the back lane. Captain Burst dies, and now Edson is getting his stagger in the back lane. Sachi that's doing his best in order to keep this fight going on. He can't do it anymore. He can't hit your Violet. Ooh, he's really close to.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and now the bright side is everyone is going to get the 4 respawns for Team India right here. Sashi will be cutting a little close, but they will get it. And they held on to a bunch of the ultimates too. They still have the bomb and the catnap. And in this corner right here, we're going to back in the midfield. Sledge, there's a really good chance to pull somebody away right here since the edge is so close. The Punisher gets taken out for free. Henwich doesn't stop it at all.
Now comes the old the Neon goes, but he doesn't gonna find anybody. You know, that's called aggro. Oh, what I'm talking about? He got the better of Sashi.
Yeah.
Get back here. And now Team China has the advantage, but unfortunately, the hammer was too low in order to keep up with the pressure that Ghost is putting up. And now Team China needs to play smart. They need to play the cards correct in order to get Team India out of this checkpoint. Punisher. It's just pushing the card. I like to see that this guy is actually getting the pressure up, and now he's going to the Tracer. I just realized that now. I'm kind of slow.
Yeah.
Why?
It's like Pulse Bomb's ready to go for Sashi, by the way. Recall still doesn't use it quite yet, but Henwich is taking out a mech once more, so they lose out on a plunge that's sustained right there, and unfortunately, it's going to be a really hard fight for them to win right here as X10 already got rid of 2, and Violet is now on the run.
I like how X and you decided to kill 2 people with their melee. Like, they just say, yeah, I'm just gonna punch you straight in the chin, there's nothing you're gonna do about it. And so far, Team China has shown us that they can keep up with the pressure of Team India, but so far, it's getting quite difficult for them to do it. They haven't managed to win 2 fights in a row, and it's gonna be really tough for them if the melee is pushing any further. The Nano comes out to Edson, the pressure on how much. Oh, we got a disconnection.
Oh.
Charmander disconnected.
Ooh, that's not good timing right there. They to be fair, they just went down. But I'm pretty sure Charmander had Kitsune Rush ready to go as well. So that's really rough right there.
That's so tough.
Yeah, but to be fair, in all fairness, it has been a struggle so far for Boundary Breakers to do anything in this map. They've won a couple of fights, but really they have just been like punished really heavily because they still haven't really found a solution to the Cat Bastion yet. Whenever it gets brought out, they start to struggle.
Yeah, Boundary Breakers hasn't got a good answer in order to keep up with the damage that Team India has been putting up. I think Charmander just came back online. I hope we can keep going with this map, but the loss of that Kitsune Rush is going to be so tough on Boundary Breakers. They don't have many ults available, while Team India has all their ults available, besides Nano, obviously. But I want to see what they have. I want to see the response from Team China, because if they don't win this fight, it's going to be a map for Team India. This map is so difficult for any team in general.
Yeah, it's really rough. But Charmander is back in, so we're gonna get this thing started once again. And unfortunately, this is gonna be realistically a fight loss coming online here. So Breakers need to regroup very quickly here because this point is already gonna go beyond 100 meters right here. As Henwich is just dying on the point to call it out. And I mean, to be fair, this is such a big lead now. This is gonna be so difficult to bring it back.
Yeah, so far it's gonna be difficult, if not impossible, for Boundary Breakers in order to get back into the game. Now they only have 18 meters on the clock. Oh! The full by Punisher hits Captain Brash and forces the ult on Extend. Bandit is low. Extend falls over. Punisher gets a bit of Sashi. And now, ooh, what is lead by Abs? But it doesn't matter. He gets killed anyway. It goes with a 2K, a 2-piece combo. Now, I think Boundary Breakers has finally gotten a little bit more of progress. They need to win at least I think 4 fights in a row in order to get the advantage that they need. But it's gonna be really difficult.
Yeah, really tough right now. I mean, they need to win this fight here because they're going to be able to take away the forward spawns. That's the first step right there. Neon Ghost gets a really good pick, but unfortunately Violet is off on their own right now. They'll get taken out as well. And we're back to a proper like 3v3. The problem is that the Cat Bastion's still alive. I mean, like, everyone's kind of a sitting duck right now. They can hang around for a while, but Counter Press is going to barely get out of there alive.
But the pressure is still really low. If anybody decides to push him, it's going to be a really good push for Team China. Punisher really low.
Oh, no.
Oh, they all got taken by Captain Crash. Oh, Hamwich cannot survive any longer. And so far, it seems like it's going to be a Team India map. Boundary Breakers hasn't got the response that they need in order to keep pushing. Punisher also almost killed Sashi there. He has a pulse on the table. Please, Punisher, show us some of your magic. We need to see it.
Yeah, we need some magic right now to pull this one back around because there's 2.5 minutes left. It's becoming more and more desperate as it keeps going on right now. You see them back in the air. Punisher throws it down, gets Charmander, or Sashi will get rid of Charmander. So it looks like they're going to be able to probably take this fight away, but I don't know if I would have bombed there.
Nah, they needed to keep the bomb for another fight at the very least, but that doesn't matter because the Nano comes out for Team India for some reason. Who got Nano? Honestly, that Nano was kind of weird into a level that I don't even know who got a Nano, but that's fine because Team India apparently can keep going with this. I'm probably sure get the stagger. There's nothing the Magician can do, and now Team India is just keeping the pressure up. Boundary Breakers, it's getting tough by every single move they make. Oh, Sashi gets another goal. Oh.
Oh my god, and XM's burning everybody away. And Vin, Violet doesn't have a catch the sun anymore. Gets eaten away. And now it's worst case scenario because Violet's hidden away and they're going to have a Deadeye coming back. But the problem is they still have plenty of people sitting by. And somehow Punisher gets hit with a bomb. What?
In a big 2026? Come on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is really tough on Boundary Breakers. They don't have Violet 2 anymore. Ghost is gonna fall down. He gets a Deadeye out, but Punisher feels touchy. They might still be alive on this series, but it's gonna be really tough since they have 50 seconds in order to cap 130 meters.
Yeah, you have to be basically perfect from here on out. It's not a great situation, especially as Abs gets carried out, so Abs is gonna be alive. Everybody gets forward spawns. And now, there's just no other way to put it that it's going to be extremely tough. Again, perfect play has to be made. You cannot be caught out. The moment X10 peeks their head, it has to be punished right away, or this map is as good as done. As Violet is back on the cat, and it's already gone!
Oh, no way. This is the worst case scenario for Boundary Breakers. Now Sashi is just getting the better of Ghost. The puzzle was really good if they could manage to get this diva out of the mech, but they don't do it. This is definitely mapped for Team India.
Yeah, there's 10 seconds left. You can get a touch here, probably. But look at that, they're not pushing the point. They're keeping it as far away as possible, so Henwich needs to be the touch. They're going to try to rush to get there in time. The touch will come through, but now it's desperation time. They're going to nano X10. It's a Bastion who's taking
it. It's gets a slip. The Bastion cat now comes out for Team Boundary Breakers. Ooh, Captain Crash is dead.
Point the touch.
They might be able to do it. Oh, never mind. Big mouth.
There we go. Yeah.
Big mouth.
We opened our mouth too soon. They're gonna nano somebody. They're the nano tracer.
They nano Punisher.
But
Punisher can't stay alive any longer. 1v2. Ooh, but it's sleep on X10.
Yeah, big sleep on X10, but they gotta retouch the point. They're still alive somehow. Punisher gets rid of a second. Wait, what? They're still alive.
The Magician comes in line again. Abs is on the back line. Just be careful. Oh! He gets a bit of Charmander. Charmander doesn't hear him. He doesn't have headphones apparently. And so far, Neon Ghost gets obliterate Abs. And I think Team India might be able to get Boundary Breakers might be able to get something going on here.
Yeah, right now, we'd love to get rid of Captain Crash, but they're not gonna be able to right now. Pulling back
Captain Crash is just getting followed down by Neon Ghost.
Yeah,
they wanted him bad, but unfortunately they can't do it.
Yeah, to be fair, this might be as simple as like if you can find Henwich and pull them away from the fight, that might just win you the entire thing right here. But you see the Cat Bastions are going at it in the back line. They're trying to get rid of each other, but they're both so low. Results. That's so funny. It's so dumb, but it's so funny. And now they're gonna be pressured in. They're starting to lose out on everybody, and I think this thing is finally gonna be coming towards its end here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Boundary Breakers. Ooh, that Pulse almost connects on X10, but it doesn't matter. This is map to Team India. It's so unfortunate because Team China finally, sorry, Boundary Breakers finally got a little bit more progress towards the end of the map, but there's not much they can do if the pressure is so big by X10 and Captain Fresh.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately.
X10 has gotten 3 plays of the game in 3 different maps now.
Yeah, it's
But
been a really big performance for X10. Which, to be fair, we know how good X10 is. So it's just like, listen, we know exactly what we're getting into when we have X10 on the screen like that.
yeah,
Um, but I mean, here we are. Now we're going to map 5 between these teams right here. It all comes down to one final thing between them, and I think the only map type that's left over, I think, is escort now. And since we're using the World Cup map pool, I believe the maps that are left are, and let me just pull it up. They have Circuit Royale, Dorado, and Rialto. Those are the only maps available left to pick.
and apparently Circuit Royale is gonna be our last map of the series. And X10 is doing also a lot of heavy lifting. 115 kills with 67,000 damage. Kinda crazy from X10 on this map.
Yeah, it's been insane from X10. I'm not acknowledging that one, Sledge. I'm not
No,
doing
listen, I had to. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I had to. I had to. I'm so sorry.
Oh god, it's all right. I'll forgive you later. But with what we've got going on right now, everything in consideration, it, I would love to say that the comps are going to change a lot. I don't think they are all that much. Like you might get the Sigmas to come back out. That's a possibility, but I think you probably still get like the Cat Bastion out there. I think maybe you get like the M Rays and the Alaris as well. I don't think too much really changes because I think both teams know their strengths, and I think that at this stage of the game, I don't think either of them are going to like move away from them at all. I think they're just going to stick with what they've been comfortable with the whole series.
Yeah, I think the Sigma for Hamwich is going to be really huge on this map. I think this is going to be a Sigma matchup here. I don't really know Bin's hero pool, but if he can play the Sigma here, it's going to rely on who has the better Sigma. And Regime that finally comes in, Captain Fresh sits down a little bit, rest. Now Regime is on the board. I'm very excited to see what this guy has for us. And still, no changes on Boundary Breaker side. They're really confident into what they can do.
Yeah, they've been really confident, and I love the way they've been playing this entire series so far. Because again, even the maps that they've lost have been really close. I think the only one that wasn't like particularly close was when they took the map over India back on Suravasa. I think that was the most one-sided thing we've had so far, really. But even then, it was still like pretty back and forth near the end parts of it. But we'll see what Team India can do now that their backs are against the wall over here. It's map 5 territory. Next map win is going to take this series away. So it'll be exciting to see what happens. But I mean, if you're me and I'm you, I think we both still want to see a Widowmaker come out here and find some kind of value. Because if there's a map where the Widow can find insane value, I think it's Circle Royale right here.
Honestly, I want to see Neon Ghost. I want to see him on the wheel. Him or Punisher. I know they're gonna try to get a cheeky shot on the first part, but I want to see somebody actually playing the Widow. I'm waiting on it. I know Edson could probably do it. I don't really think it's on their hero pool, but even then, it's never bad to dream. You can always dream on these situations.
Yeah, you always can. So it'd be fascinating to see what happens, especially if Boundary Breakers looks like they might be on the attack first as well, which will be fascinating. Which means that's like our best shot of seeing Nyan Ghost over on the Widowmaker. So it'd be really excited to see if that works out really well, because we know very well how hard that first area of Circuit Royale is to push through when you don't have a hit scan like that. It can be very difficult. They might try some like weird shenanigans as well, but I think this team's strength comes from like playing their like aggressive, like no nonsense style, where if they find somebody out of position, they just simply make them regret their existence.
Yeah, honestly, I think in this match, Captain Crush is not on the can anymore. Regine can also play, but I really hope to not see the Bastion Cat. I want to see some honest Overwatch. I want to see an Ana. I want to see a Brig over here. That's what I want to see on this map. This is the very last map of the series. It needs to be interesting. It needs to be something that makes you say, "Ah, man, maybe they lost, but they showed to the world what they can do." And Team India so far seems to be ready for the World Cup. I really think this team has what it takes in order to at least make it out of the group stages. And I'm gonna be rooting for them in this upcoming World Cup.
Yeah, again, we kind of talked about the group that they were in earlier on, and I think it's a very winnable group for them. They got to be out of the group with South Korea, so they don't have to worry about that game right there. The biggest thing is they're gonna have to. I believe it's Pakistan, Philippines, and Thailand is their group. So they got to beat two of those teams, and I think with what we've seen so far, I think it's very doable for them right here. Especially now with like X10 in, you have that little extra help right now with X10, who's been phenomenal over the last couple of years. It's a really big addition, and you have a really good support line as well. You have two tanks that can swap in and out very easily. So I like this team a lot. I think they've done good. There are definitely some things to clean up in the next few weeks, though, I will say.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen Epstein for the longest time. I'm an Epstein fan, as I said already, and I know the Reaper is really good. The Reaper is really good. Hitscan, I don't honestly at this point. I use woke up, so I don't remember nothing. I don't even know who I am, so I don't remember the hero pool very correctly. But it seems to be that it's gonna be a Sombra on both sides of on both sides. I hope we actually see a Sombra. I haven't seen Sombra on competitive play in a long time.
Well, we'll see.
Initiating
Yeah, well, well, we're properly loaded in now, so we'll see what teams get to pick. It is going to be Boundary Breakers, again, attacking first in this exchange, so we'll see what they can do moving forward. We brought up the fact that Vin is still in for tank, but also Captain Prash is out. Regime is back in, which tells me that they're probably going to be playing the Alari for this defense.
Yeah, it seems to be that they're gonna try to play on the high ground. So they might try to play just sitting down, waiting for Team China to engage. Neo goes on the deep. That's right. We're getting the Widow.
Oh,
it's the Widow. Neo goes Widow. Oh my goodness! I wanted to see this happening. I need to see this going down.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for this now. We get a proper Widow 1v1 on Circa Royale. It's wonderful. Interesting as well, Sashi has come out over on the Pharah now as well. That'll be really interesting, because Pharah surprisingly gets a lot of value on a map like this, but you have to be very careful if you have people like pretty much everybody on this Boundary Breakers team, the characters they have, can punish a Pharah if you're caught on the wide open like that.
one. Attackers incoming.
Okay, Captain Fresh.
Oh, come on!
Oh, shot by Edson. Edson gets a bit of Violet 2. Violet 2, I'm gonna say it as many times as possible. This is the real Violet 2 because any other support on the right mind will not roll out just like that in front of a Widow.
Yeah, they're looking for the shot. Young Ghost almost gets hit. Managed to barely avoid it right there. But now you see they already have to give up that first corner a little bit right there due to that shot coming over onto Violet. They're still making progress though, so it's not like a really bad situation. But this next corner is going to be the really hard part because you need to do everything in your power to give Neon Ghost all these sidelines. But Regime, what are you doing?
It seems to be that both Ilaris are trolling just a little bit. Very good shot by Neon Ghost into Regime. And now the pressure is really up into Team India. X10 can get a cheeky shot over here. Oh, what a shot into Punisher! Punisher doesn't know where he's sitting down. He gets scowled out by X10. And now it's up to Team India to keep up with this pressure.
Yeah, you almost get rid of Vin right now, but Vin does just too much health right now. Big Rock, 10, it hits, but it doesn't hit, but it doesn't matter. They make the space, and now they can take the area back over, and X10 gets Violet again!
As you say, I do believe this might be the real Violet too, because how do you get picked by the Widow on the same spot twice? Twice. But hey, no, I can judge, because that could be me on my next ranking. Anyway. It could be me. But that's like, it's a really bright spot on the Widow. Like, they know how to play this Widow and they're getting the picks that they need. Oh, what a shot!
Oh my god!
Widow diff. I'm gonna be the first one to say it.
That is the proper Widow diff right there. As Neon is down, X10 is popping up. They use continue rushing on 4v5 right here when Henwin doesn't really have much health. And now, like, you have the flux to match Vin right here. But it's so rough to win this one because they're going to use it. They catch on to one, but nobody's going to go down from that. And now, as the accretion barely misses, X10 gets rid of another. Punisher's already down. And now, they're going to completely back out of there.
Etsen is coming in huge with this Widow. Like, they know how to make the picks, and the pressure that he's putting up is really good. But we also need to talk about Sashi that's making the life of Ghost really hard. He cannot pick properly. Oh, Captain Sun comes out by Violet. Rajim gets Violet too. Ooh, but that's interesting. I don't know why Wookie stayed in the shield there.
It is what it is, but oh, X10 gets rid. Oh my God, X10 is just on fire right now. This is insane.
X10 is a bright spot for this team. Like I say, I will glaze them as many times as I need because they're getting the important picks. Like Boundary Breakers cannot walk properly without fearing X and use headshotting them. And the pressure from Sashi on the enemy Widow is really big as well because Ghost cannot peek without getting a rocket on his face. He's eating rockets as a breakfast.
Hey, lunch and dinner as well at this play right now. As Punisher is going to try to find something. Has the overclock ready to go. Hits Regime. That's massive right there. And now Sashi gone as well. Caught out in the air. Oh my God, Punisher!
Oh my God, not only is he good at Tracer, but he's also a really good Sojourn. Oh my goodness.
That's so insane. And now they're going to be able to fully cap this point away. The bright side is everybody from Team India, they're going to get the good spawns. So everyone's going to be ready to go over here right now, but you have to be very careful because Punisher and Henwood are playing up really aggressively. But X10 gets Neon again!
How is it possible? I haven't seen Neon win a single duel, but that doesn't matter because at the end of the day, we are in an X10 world, and he's just dominating this match.
Yeah, almost gets Violet. He misses out on that one, but X10 might be done for. X10's gonna get solo Flux, basically. It's taken care of. Henwood might die for this as well, but honestly, in my head, that might be worth it, honestly, just to get rid of the Widowmaker.
We have Sashi now going into the Genji, and the pressure into Bind. Bind makes a lot of pressure enough that gets Punisher reading off Abs, hitting his shots. Now Ghost, I haven't seen Ghost get a pick maybe since the beginning of the map, so I hope he gets something going right now, hopefully.
Yeah, Ghost has been getting some shots in, to be fair. Right now, like, getting the shots in like that, but like, Immortality and the shield's making it really rough to do with anything right now. But X10 has sights, is going to be able to use it here to make a little bit more space right now, and immediately they're going to throw the Captain Sun in there.
Oh, what a rock.
That's insane. And now, I mean, they're still going to win the fight anyway, but still, that is massive right there.
Somehow, someway, Ghost actually got a pick. He managed to kill Sashi with a Widow Mine. Quite interesting.
No one can hide
we take those.
from my
Yeah, you take every pick you can get right now. They're gonna use sights. Neon's using sights now, which is really interesting right here because no one's peeking, and I don't think you're gonna hit this jump. Oh, never mind. Oh my God.
You know what?
I think I just cursed X10 in real time. Oh no.
Honestly, nothing to complain about. That was such a great shot. Like, I don't know. I felt something on me when I saw that. That was such a great shot. But right now, Boundary Breakers had the advantage. Sashi just trying to push in, get something going, but he gets deleted by the Sigma. Now, Punisher, again, with the override up. Sorry, with the overclock.
Oh.
He gets one, he gets two. Okay.
Oh, that's bad.
Shots, but that's fine. And Boundary Breakers is actually pushing very well into the spaces that they're giving.
No, they're doing a really good job so far. Like, again, they're getting stopped at a lot of points, but when they have the ultimates, they push on forward, they play aggressive. And that's what you expect out of this team right here. But now there's only 2 minutes left, and this is not a very easy map to finish either. So they have to be very careful and use their ult smartly. But Sashi is too far ahead right now. I don't know if Sashi actually is going to get out of here alive. That's actually insane. I thought Hemwich had him for sure.
Yeah, Hemwich apparently has been hitting every single rock he hits. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, we might need to see if these guys into something because look at that! Every single equation he's throwing, he hits something at the very least. And I'm surprised he does it, but oh no, he's in a very bad spot right now. Oh, he's getting cornered.
It's a bad spot. Still running away, by the way. It's just not going to happen, though. Yeah, they're going to be in there as X10 is going to help finish off Charmander. And now they're coming around to the final hurdle right here. with a minute left. The problem is that Punisher is nowhere near that ultimate. Honestly, that's been the thing that's won them a lot of the important fights so far.
Yeah, it's gonna be even tougher now for Boundary Breakers since they lost their the pressure, they lost their momentum, and now we see Azaria going into the map. Quite interesting to me, being honest with you. Now, Boundary Breakers need to find an opening. Ah, the Dragon Blade comes from Sashi. Unfortunately, he's gonna fall over. Unfortunately.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, Flux needs to be Vin here from Vin. Vin needs to find somebody in here right now. And eventually he's going to get rid of Charmander, but you trade out. Violet's getting rid of 2 already. Having a proper Violet moment right now as they're going to go in. Can't hit the headshot, so Violet gets rid of 3, and now they're still alive, and it's going to be down to one final fight.
And Neon Ghost has to use the walls so early on. I wonder. Well, honestly, you get a lot of value out of this telling the team where everybody else is, but well, this is to be a really this is really tough on Team Boundary Breakers.
Yeah, they're going to be able to keep presence on the point, though. But you have to hit a Kitsune Rush here, but you can't. Charmander can't. No! You can't do that! You can't do that! And now they have no rush, and now they're going to run out of resources. X-10!
X-10 is hitting every single shot. Somebody, please, make sure he's not aimbotting, because every single duel is getting won by X-10. The pressure by Team India is really good. They know how to keep up. And every single time Boundary Breakers try to push in and keep up the momentum that they have, they can't keep going with it. It's getting really tough. And now with only 2 points in the board, and Team India with all the time in the world in order to keep up with it.
Yeah, but let's keep it real for a second. That is still the very final part of the map right there. It's not easy to get to right here, but it's going to, again, come down to X10 to find a lot of those big shots, and they've done that so far a ton. But it is worth talking about the way our tanks have been playing as well, because I feel like they're both kind of underrated right now, because Hanwinch and Vind have been playing so good and counterplaying each other a lot on these Sigmas. So it's been really exciting. We'll see how it comes down, as this will be the last round of the evening right here. This will decide it all right here and now. We'll see if Punisher actually decides to do the far or not, because we saw, what was it? I think, was it Sashi? Who am I thinking of? Who started on
the far Sashi?
Yeah, Sashi did it, and it didn't work very, not like that all great for Sashi, who got taken out and like immediately swapped off. So I'm curious if Punisher can do it here, because now they're just giving up on the Widowmaker entirely right now for Neon Ghost.
Being honest with you, the duels were really difficult for Ghost. He was on very awkward spots trying to take out X10, but we cannot blame him for that. And now we see this Afara on both teams, and a Juno by Violet too.
Ooh.
Very
Yeah, interesting is definitely the thing right here, because it doesn't pair up super well, but the thing is that it does allow the Juno to get heals in like certain areas that other supports can't do very safely. I would give it that right here. Plus, you have a really big sustain ultimate for Hanwich as well, so we'll see how it goes from there, as nobody is picking X10 anymore. Everyone's learned their lesson. They realize, hey, this is not us, as everyone's going to pull out and just continue playing safe. And to be fair, in this situation, that's what you have to do against this Widow.
Yeah, there's not much you can do. You need to keep up this small little amount of space in order for the Widow to not pick anybody in your team. Huge nade by Abs gets rid of the Susu, and now it seems to be that Hanwich is going to fall over. What a shot by X10. The pressure is really big, and that nade was huge. Get rid of the Susu. Oh, what a shot!
Oh, what?
What a shot! How did you hit those, son? Anyway, this seems to be...
Oh my god.
Yeah, X10 is having the game of his life right now. He's a right spot on any team they are, but so far they just show into the world that they have the talent and they're here to show it. And Team India just got the first point with 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, that's a ton of time going to this one. But I like to call this next point right here a heartbreak kill, because if you do not take it quick, you will be held here for a very long time. That's the way we see it typically go down, as Hanwich is in a really rough area. As the Pharah 1v1 is underway now, as Neon Ghost gets the shot finally. There we go. Progress made, and now, finally, Boundary Breaker's momentum is stopped right now. Or I should more say, it's stopped from Team India right now, who, up until now, have been non-stop.
My question is, when did Ghost swap to the Widow? I did not see that. When did you swap to the Widow?
I think it was after they got clipped while they were on Soju. After they got taken out by X10. That's when they
Yeah,
came
I
out.
think I think he got tired and said, "I'm gonna fight back." And Charmander is fighting back as well, killing abs out of the spawn. Huge kill. They have nano. They don't have nano available. And now, I think they're gonna rely on Edson to get a pick here in order to keep blocking him up.
Yeah, Sashi's in a really rough situation right now. Super low, hidden below as well. As Flux comes out, it's going to hit just one here. As Vind is so incredibly low. They're going to get the nano, so they're going to go full aggro here. They want to win this fight more than anything, and to be fair, right now Sledge is doing a really good job of it, but yeah, Ghost gets rid of another.
Ghost is finally fighting back on the Widow, getting two picks, one on abs, another one, sorry, I don't remember who was the next one, Punisher. Punisher is also coming huge in this Vara. He knows he needs to help his team and release some pressure out of Hamwich, because Hamwich is getting just completely obliterated by this Widow and the enemy by the enemy Sigma. That was a close one, really close.
Yeah, plus you gotta play very, very, very carefully right here. So that's gonna be used though by Neon Ghost though. Everyone has to kind of hide away. No one can really take an aggressive position right now. As, oh my god, Finn gets headshot and then rocked away. That's brutal. There's nothing you can do there as a tank, unfortunately.
Yeah, now Ab's gonna get staggered. He's in a really awkward position. It's gonna be really tough for Team India in order to come back from this deficit.
Yeah, but Hamwich is in a really bad area.
Punch over here.
No way Hamwich doesn't die here. They're gonna get blocked, but there's no rock either, so Hamwich just, what?
They do not die. Oh, Neon Ghost gets the better of our team. Absolute good headshot. And somehow, Boundary Breakers is managing to keep them in spawn. They cannot get out of spawn. They need a big ult, and Bin has top of the Sigma, and now it's going Diva.
I mean, this is why I called it a heartbreak hill. It gets really hard once you get held the first couple of times to pop your way back around. But Zexen just needs that shot to bring them back into it. Gonna go up. Look for it. Gets it on the Neon. Oh my god. Neon never saw it coming. And now Sashi needs to find something with this barrage very quickly to help this momentum keep forward. Because right now, they're finally getting some momentum back after that shot.
Yeah, I believe the barrage is gonna come in huge as soon as the Sigma doesn't have his vortex anymore. Now the pressure is coming up. Finally, Team India is moving the guard, and both Faras have their barrage online. I wonder what they're gonna try and do with it. Oh, Ghost chasing for a kill. Please don't get first pick. Sashi. Kate's in the rush coming out for Charmander. I think Team India has to kite this one a little bit. Kind of a backward Kitsune rush, but nothing they cannot work with. And so far, X10 is just ducking in the shadows, waiting to get a pick.
Yep, and here comes that big push right there. X10 barely misses out on that shot right there. Finn is in a really tough spot right here. He's going to be able to be careful for the time being, though, as lots of headshots from X10, which needs to find that big finish right now, because Henwich has been headshot like 3 times over now. Somehow is still alive right here, and now Regime's moving in, trying to find something off the back of that. Eventually, Punisher going to go down as Sashi tries with the barrage, but all they're doing is really clearing some space.
50 seconds on the clock, the window comes out for ads. Team India is desperate. They need an answer, they need a kill. Sashi, that's really low.
Yeah, Neon needs the shot. Neon eventually is going to get it. So they're going to hold on here. And now 40 seconds left. You get one more fight right now at this point if you're Team India. And you might get the sights online. That's it.
Oh, X10. He was so close to getting the headshot by the two. Also gets the better of X10, and now, this is really tough for Team to get staggered. 23 seconds on the clock, and it seems to be that Team India cannot keep it together anymore. It's gonna be really tough. Oh, he loses the mech. Bin.
Yeah. I don't know who touches anymore, by the way. Bin was like being touched. But they're playing a super aggro now. They have to go Rashima on the cat just to try to make it back. Punisher is down early. As you see, like, the cat right there, Regime is gonna go and get the touch. But the problem is that, like, someone can touch, right? Someone can touch, right? Oh, wait. No! Okay. Oh, my God. No way. That would have been insane. Oh, but hey,
it's huge.
It's heartbreak kill for a reason right there. So, oh my god, they're somehow gonna pull that one out. It was so back and forth, but It's a massive hold for Boundary Breakers right there. Hold on to that for what they had on the second point for what, about like 5 minutes? Something crazy like that?
Yeah, and now somebody finally takes the play of the game of it. And honestly, this was a really close game. And I believe if the Kiriko, let's per se, decides to choose the other perk, they do not touch.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Crazy in every single level. Oh my goodness, what a game. What a time
Oh
to
my
be alive.
god. Yeah, that is everything that I was hoping for from that game. That was incredible to watch that go down. And to be fair, even after that, even though it doesn't go the way of Team India, ultimately, I think you still feel very good about that. Because I think you know what your strong points are. I think you know what you need to work on for the next 3 weeks. And I think they can be in a really good position when we get to those qualifiers. Because I think a lot of the teams in their group, I think, are very beatable for Team India. So I think that if they just clean up a few things in this, I think it could really go their way. So I'm hoping the best for them, obviously. But they have a really good performance here today. They just barely come up short.
Honestly, they got one of the best performances I've seen on the show matches that I've cast so far. Yesterday, we saw Pakistan against Philippines, and the Philippines won. But I believe Team India can finish first on their group easily after this match. Yes, you could arguably say yes, these are streamers, but even then, they give up a really good fight. And against teams that doesn't have the same level of organization and they don't have the same strategy, they can easily just be number one on their group. I believe Team China can. Sorry, I am so sorry. I believe Team India can make it big this Overwatch World Cup, and I am hoping for it.
Yeah, I think they stand a really good chance. A good of a chance as anybody else, at least. So I'm excited to see what they can do moving forward. I'm really excited to see things go down here. Again, all those qualifiers are happening between the 29th and the 31st for all the regions. So there'll be a ton of action going on that entire weekend. It's going to be an absolute blast. And Sledge, it's been a blast here as well. And I wish we had more. I wish we had more maps. I wish we had more time. But
Yeah, should have make it
unfortunately,
a best of seven, maybe. I'm just saying.
it might have gone to 7 maps if we did that. That would have been
Yeah.
scary. Oh my god. But no, it's been an insane performance throughout the entire day from both of these teams right here, and I'm really happy for it. But I think with this being the case, I don't think we have anything left to much left to do or much left to prove at this point. I think
Yeah.
the game honestly speaks for itself.
There's nothing to say at all. This game was a giga banger on its own. I believe this game was more entertaining than any other NA regular matches in this LWCS. And it was really exciting to finally see the Widow do finally go down. Edge thing is just a presence in the lobby, but Neon Ghost knows how to respond. And honestly, I could watch this bottle while I'm eating something and just be entertained the whole day. I might as well do that.
Yeah, you might as well. But if this is just like a preview to come for what comes up on the not for the grand finals, for the qualifiers, I think we're all for a very big treat. But with that being the case, hopefully we get some more of this down the line because this is really entertaining, and I can't wait to see what Team India can do. But we are going to be heading out of here, Sledge. Lovely casting with you today. It was a lot of fun, and obviously big thanks to Mundy for producing this, and then Mag for observing as well. So thank you all for coming out here tonight. Hopefully we'll see you next time for some more World Cup action. Take care, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for Group Send You uh, for having us here today. And I'm really sorry again for coming in late. I got the times wrong. Not happening twice. That I'll tell you.
Not twice, not twice. All right, we'll remember that one right there. But everyone, have a good night. We love y'all. Take care. Peace. Now the gate, you still see the caption is going to be on big display here. Going to be interested to see what comes out right here. The Hazard has been making a lot of appearances for force everybody to maneuver, get inside a little bit. X-Men hoping to drill away, find somebody, but already losing out in Vince Mac off the side, and now, unfortunately, it's down to just right positioning and not put themselves in a scenario where they can cut up by a Bastion so easily right now. But you see this aggression over on the point right now. Getting plenty of shots on them right now, and the team unfortunately just not there to follow up as Neon Ghost able to get one punch to the position. They will be caught out. That's why Abs has said to stay so far away from everything right now. But Deadeye being thrown over on this side right now, not getting a whole far, and we'll get punished for it as just Neon Ghost hanging around on the point. Takes the reset. It's the right thing to do, as the point will be able to cap here from Team India. And already has gotten rid of one right here with that nano that it's just kind of forced everybody into the room a little bit, but eventually you see them cut off downpour. Just to be able to kind of maintain that mech, try to keep this fight going, but the rest of the team is being separated away. X10 lets a rip just to try to get some of that overhealth back, but not going to work for that proper target to pull off the side right here. But the problem is, there's no one that's perfect for it, and now, here we go, letting loose, trying to find some right here at the point, slowly forcing the cap over right now as Punisher forcing out, throwing out the pulse bomb, not going to stick over, but it still will deliver some with the nano on the back in here pretty soon, as Punisher again is going to deliver pressure, but you see this runaway immediately, and unfortunately, while the Kiri's there to help out, we'll have to see what that ends up going in their favor with, but at least as things are standing for now, you see Captain Crash getting bullied in the corner, so close to on soon, but the bright side is double swirl ultimates are going to be available as X10 back into the sky, as unfortunately, I think it's a touch. X10 Sashi trying to make their way back as fast as humanly possible. Crash runs around the corner, but Boundary Breakers will take the first round.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I believe you had a couple of like 15 and 16,000 over on the other side. It was crazy. Crazy first round to get things going, our first map.
Games yesterday. I believe it. I can see that happening.
I mean, he did go play in EMEA for a season for FaZe.
Team China has to draw. They're trying to move to the high ground, but it's going to be really rough to go through this Match. Specifically now that he has so much health and so much.
A lot of things right now, but if there's one tank that I think could really counter the Sigma, it's the Ramattra, especially if you force everybody inside. But unfortunately, Charman.
Ramattra is 6 down. They're on a really awkward spot right now.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are in a very awkward spot now, honestly, because now for a long time, unfortunately.
Yeah, this seems to be the team China is going to finally cap. A small little mistake for Jamoran. He shouldn't have dropped from the high ground.
Here very soon, they're going to be able to read and play this next corner. The biggest thing is they definitely want to work up to Jamorn, getting this annihilation ready. Now, Team Media's got to run back again right now. Saucy tries to hit it, hits it on the other Alari.
Balls one for. Ooh, that was gonna be a huge drop for Fawn.
What?
Comes out, Abs is not gonna survive.
Right here, right now, you'll have about like 4.5 minutes going to third, which but that is a lot of time going to third point, like I thought.
All the momentum to just keep walking up with the soldier and Tracer is gonna chase you down. It gets really tough for Team India to survive. And the Tracer is gonna chase you down. It gets really tough for Team India to survive. And their captive song gets erased by Charman.
So now you kind of have to like hard stick in the fight right now. They're trying to. Team's down, but Absa is already taking care of two all by themselves. Got rid of the third as well.
I did not see a single soul hit by that captain, but that doesn't matter anymore. The kid's in a rush for Charmander. Team India is Jamoran just holding his arms in front of his face in order to not get deleted. And Team China is just doing progress slowly but surely. Ooh, point for Team China unless Jamoran can get 4. No, he can't. And that was incredible. I'm used to survival situation when he's fighting the Cena and the enemy Tracer. And Gamoran is jumping in. Oh, really good.
Oh,
Really good combo. Edson. Hangway falls down.
can't stay in the fight as long as the Malgus in their face like that. So like you have to find a workaround or just punish Headwind along
To do it. He gets nano. He goes for the backline. Really good use for Charmander. He escapes. Now he's in an awkward situation, looking for somebody to run up to.
Oh. Especially as he can dive really aggressively here with a Primal Rage, and Violet unfortunately can't do anything but run away.
He's running away. Oh, add Korean shades on that Winston. Ooh, really good engage for him. Charmander sees double Punisher. Punisher was carrying the backline, and now he gets a pick on abs. Charmander cannot survive anymore. And this is just a dogfight, trying to see who gets the checkpoint. And Punisher is a better.
Pulse and stick somebody again, you know? But
Yes,
they're gonna.
nothing to see about it. Ooh, wait, with the Captain
Wait,
Sun.
what?
Doesn't hit anybody. Sachi, can you get much going on? The nano comes out to Edson. Neon Ghost was really low. He's in front of a Mauga. Now he can delete the Mauga, but he's not gonna do it. Too much damage. 2 fights ago. And Team India manages to finish this point. What happened here? I thought Team China was winning.
Yeah, they were winning the backline a lot more. It was really nice by them. Young Ghost couldn't even use the ultimate. And now Young Ghost probably isn't going to get out of this room alive right now. They're stuck in.
Honestly, the bashing guard composition is really good on the Winston because they can draw all the attention that the Winston is taking. Primal Rage comes out. Ooh, Punisher. Punisher takes the photos actually. The cage comes out. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's pressing Q.